are now watching Animal Expedition Files.
Wake up with your favorite station. Online, digital, and on your smartphone.
It's time for your favorite host.
I don't know. I feel like in a dancing mood right now.
You're feeling that tonight.
I don't know. I was like, during the intro, I was like, I was bobbing my head a little bit. I wanted to like mosh pit a little bit.
Go ahead.
I almost was like gonna grab one of my helmets, my Star Wars helmets, and I was like gonna like wear it and just like once everybody goes live, they see a stormtrooper.
You definitely need a helmet if you're gonna go in a pit. So like,
yeah. While we're having fun here, welcome to the Animal Expedition Files, where we always have fun and talk about all your crazy nonsense and news and all things paranormal, cryptid, and whatever you want to hear. But thank you so much for joining us. I am the animal, the one and only, and this is my co-host Jessica. Welcome.
hello, hi Stacy, who's here tonight.
Yeah, I'm excited about this. It's gonna be a really amazing show. It is Wednesday. Just had a show with Jay with Tobe. It was a really good show too, so check that out if you missed it with me and Jay last Saturday. But this is gonna be a really incredible show tonight. I'm really excited about this. It's gonna be a really good show. But a lot of stuff going on in this world right now. There's actually, I don't know if you knew about this, but there's been a couple of plane crashes going on here, Jessica.
A couple?
Yeah, there was one that just happened in Toronto.
Yep.
Where it flipped over upside down when it landed.
Yeah, I saw that. It was crazy. I saw the video of somebody exiting the plane and they were just freaking out because they were just on it.
But also, there was another one that happened yesterday. Another crash, a double plane crash. I don't have a video on it, but here's the headlines. As it says, 2 people dead after mid-air collision of 2 small single-engine planes at Arizona airport. Now, here's the crazy part. I'm going to read this a little bit because it's just mind-blowing now that this stuff is happening. At least 2 people have died after 2 small single-engine planes collided mid-air Wednesday morning at an Arizona airport. A Lancair 360MK, the 2 and a Cessna 172 West collided at the Mariana Regional Airport just before 8:30 a.m. local time. The Federal Aviation Administration said the airport is an uncontrolled field, meaning it does not have an operation air traffic controller tower. So there was no people in the tower. They have a tower, but they didn't.
But they just decided not to use it that night?
Yeah, I don't know. But like, it's just crazy.
There's been 13 accidents since 2025 has started.
I know, it's weird, right?
Crazy. That's a lot.
It's so nuts that things are going on in this world. Hey Stacy, how's it going? Yeah, it's I don't know. So many plane crashes, like people are talking about on the news where people are gonna go on a boat instead of fly. Either go
Yeah.
on a boat or drive.
Well, I guess last year, compared to January of last year and February, there were 80 in January and 93 in February. So far we're on par for course with 13. I guess it's the same. We are hearing more about it.
Wow.
Maybe. Or it's just weirder crashes, like the plane that landed upside down.
Yeah, it's nuts. I don't know if you believe in conspiracy theories or not. It's nuts. But yeah, check it out, and hopefully we won't have no more but happen. But we're gonna have a great show tonight. Please follow us on YouTube and check us out. If you got any comments for our guests, please, we'd love to hear from you. And if you have any questions, but we're gonna bring Cyndi Sharp out onto the show. So
wasn't Stacy just on a plane last week?
Oh, Stacy? I
Or
don't know.
2 weeks ago? Was she the one that was like, I'm listening like 40,000 miles away?
No, that was
I feel like, sorry, Stacy, because we're bringing it up if that was the case.
I think it was somebody else. I can't remember what her name was. No, I don't think it was Stacy. But let's bring in here Sydney, and we're gonna have some fun here, and we're gonna get to know her a little bit. What's up, Sydney? How's it going?
I'm good. How are you guys?
Good. Just having fun, talking a little news.
I heard.
I know. With all these crazy plane crashes going on, it's too much to cover. There's so much going on in this world. You can't cover it all in 1 hour. You know what I mean?
No. You know, it's interesting though. When I was hearing you guys talk, when I was in the, in the green room, it's interesting because my mom and I, we've been having some major conversations about this, and she said she refuses to fly right now. Yeah. She said that she goes, just wait, it's going to get worse.
Yeah.
And I've seen some of them that, had crashed or saw the news. And the one that you mentioned, like that happened today, that one I didn't get to see because I've been so busy with other things. But yeah, she said that if she comes down or goes to visit anybody, she's driving. She will not take an airplane. Yeah. Wow. She goes, I don't recommend it. And so I was like, oh my gosh, because I'm planning to travel later on in the year. So, and I was looking to fly, but that's kind of scary that this many airplanes have crashed. It's insane.
And my mom's flying in April, so hopefully it all dies down before then.
Yeah.
I used to work for the airport. I used to work for JetBlue Airlines. I used to direct them in.
Yeah.
It's fun stuff. It was a dangerous
the guys,
job.
right?
Yeah,
those guys.
Yeah,
I feel like they need you back right now. Right. Like you need to go. You need to go back.
It was weird because when that big ass airplane would like come in, we're doing this, and you could feel like you're getting sucked into the engine because you could feel the power of those engines.
Oh my god!
And you have to like make sure you do a perfect stop, and you have to like make sure the engines are cut off, and you have to like wait so many seconds before the engine's cut, because if you don't, it'll just suck you right in.
Oh my god!
It's happened to people. It's weird, but
wow! You never hear about that though.
No. There's actually a guy in Boston. I don't know how he survived, but he got locked into where the suitcases go in, and went from Boston to New York and survived. Some people.
Oh my gosh!
Usually, you couldn't survive a flight like that if you're stuck in that because of the pressure.
Yeah. Well,
and it's freezing.
And it's freezing. Yeah, I was going to say it's super cold in there. So yeah, that's amazing. Wow. That's so crazy. Why would people? I mean, well, have you heard though too? There's been other people, and actually a kid actually did that one time. He was trying to what was that? Escape the country that he was in, or something like that. I can't remember how long ago it was, but I remember hearing something like that. Yeah. And so it's just I don't know. That's just crazy. You would think that they would pass out.
Yeah.
While they're up there.
You would think somebody would check before the plane takes off too.
You would think.
You would assume.
Yeah.
I don't know. Crazy stuff. But Sydney, anyways, how you doing? How's it going?
Good. Just been so busy. Things are going very well. I can't complain at all. I'm really shocked on actually a lot of things that are happening and that I've got in store that are going to be rolling out soon. So I don't want to give too much away, but I've got another book author that's coming on soon. I'm going to be recording with her soon, so I'm excited about that. She's actually in Scotland. So I'm having to wake up really super early in the morning so that I can record with her. But I'm super excited. I love her books. I'm still reading one. I don't want to give that one away because that one's the one we're going to be talking about. But it's going to be released next month. And so I'm really excited about that. And then I have a director writer that reached out to me, and I reviewed their movie. And they're coming on my podcast. So they asked to be on, and I was like, absolutely, this is amazing. So I'm just kind of getting blown away. So
awesome.
Yeah. And then Bold Journey magazine reached out to me, and they would like for me to do an article, or they want to do an interview with me and put me in their magazine as an entrepreneur. So and then today I got an email from a company in Norway, I believe it was. I'm trying to think. Sorry, it's been so much in Norway, and they want to send me. They want to advertise their stuff and send me a T-shirt. So I don't know. I'm hoping that something might come about where someone might, help me out and be a what you call it? I'm having a
like a sponsor type of.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Sorry, it's been a long day.
No, understandable.
My brain's just
understandable.
Same, yeah.
Yeah, so who knows? But I'm just gonna keep doing what I'm doing because I love doing it anyway. So and if I can change someone's life in some way, shape, or form, or put a smile on someone's face, that's what's so important to me.
That's really awesome. Yeah, that's what it's all about. That's what this show's all about, is to put a smile on people's face and to be there for people when they're in hard times. Because if you think about it, like I've been thinking about it lately, like with how busy work has been, and like you just never have time to do anything. And I gotta do this, I gotta do that, I gotta do this. But then when you think about it, you come back to this, and it makes you feel good again because you get to express your feelings and be able to help other people out through your troubles, which is really cool. So that's awesome to be able to hear that. That's really cool.
Yeah, no, it's been great. Things are really turning around for me. So this is my therapy, to be honest with you guys. The podcast, and now doing my short stories, it's therapeutic for me because everybody's life has its ups and downs and bumps in the road, and I'm having a few right now, but I'm working through them and stuff and doing what I need to do. But doing my podcast, having people on and getting to hear people's experiences and stories, I'm telling you what, haven't done so much laughing here lately in a long time. So it's been great. It's been absolutely wonderful.
And you mentioned you're having an author on yours in the future. You write yourself for Ghost Buzz magazine? You do articles for them?
I do. Yeah. So it was interesting. Sinister Sisters, Rachel and Jennifer, they had a page on Ghost Buzz magazine. They were on the front cover, and that's how I saw them. It just came through my feed, and I was like, oh, this is interesting. And it was on Facebook. And so I read their little story that they had, and I was like, oh my gosh, I want to have these ladies on my show. Like, this would be so much fun. And so I had them on. We had a complete blast. They're so amazing. They give back to the community. And that's what I love the most too about them, is not only do they do paranormal investigations, they are new as a paranormal team. And I'm all about supporting people, whatever it is that they're doing. So having them, she's like, nope, no plane for me. So yeah. And then when I saw them on Ghost Buzz magazine, I messaged Janet of the magazine. I saw that she had posted that she was looking for people to write stories. And I'm like, should I or shouldn't I? And so I was like, I'll do it. And so I did one on the Dover Demon, which is I think it's in Massachusetts. I'm trying to remember. Sorry. And then I did one on the Mongolian deathworm. So I had that was my first article with them. And then I just had a new article that I did. It's a tragic love story that I did for them on Valentine's Day.
Yeah, I saw a little piece of that before this afternoon when I was looking at your work. Yeah. And you wrote a short story about yourself too, right?
Yeah.
I like there was a line in it like about wonder, like looking at the wonders of things. And I think that's what's missing a lot now is like people have lost the wonder and like the mystique and the want to adventure. I think.
Yeah.
I think we need that back.
Oh, for sure. And I'm a Sagittarius. So I'm always wanting to be adventurous. Like I want to get out there. I want to travel. I want to go places I haven't seen. But also too, I have my dark side about myself, but I also have my light side. But that's why I'm trying to mix up my short stories. Like I did a little bit of, happily ever type stories, but then I'm going to go into darker stories and share. But now I've got people that are willing to read my stories, the short stories, so I can put them on the listening platforms like Spotify, iHeart, Podbean, all those. So kind of mix it up, make it like a Audible, short story type thing. So, but yeah, I've got so many ideas in my head constantly. So it's just, I get on the computer and it's nice and quiet. The dogs are all sleeping and I just start, typing away. So and like I said, it's therapeutic for me. So it just kind of takes the reality of life, puts it away aside in the closet. And I just go into Cyndi's little world and just start typing away,
Yeah. It's funny that you say, oh, hey, Kenneth, how's it going, buddy? It's funny that you are saying adventures and stuff because it reminds me as when I was a kid up north in Rhode Island because that's where I'm originally from. And like back in the day, like we used to go out in the woods and have fun and do all sorts of things and get in trouble.
You still do though. Like you still are in the woods.
Oh yeah, all the time. But I play with Bigfoot this time. So
yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's still an adventure. It's just you don't have to be home at a certain time.
So, I'll get in trouble.
Well, yeah, you might have to. I don't have to be home at a certain time when I go in the woods.
Plus, I have kids and stuff like that. So they'll get mad at me. But no, it's just made me think because like nowadays, like compared to back then, like kids don't do that type of adventure. It's weird to me because like growing up doing that, you like almost like wonder if we're like the last of our kind, the last generation that did all those adventures and all that stuff. That's why like I would like to see like programs out there that'd be cool where they could like show kids how to have fun.
That's what Critterfest is for. Critterfest is for getting youth back into the wilderness and adventure.
That's awesome.
That's what their whole stance is, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, the Vogel brothers Critterfest.
It's not just about Bigfoot too. It's about all different animals.
Yeah.
Learning about them and stuff like that. And it's pretty cool stuff. So that's why like it made me think about like as a kid, like we did stupid stuff, jump off a tree, a roof. I mean, we did like dumb stuff back in the day as kids, and now you do that, you're like, oh no, you're gonna die.
No, it's true because I know I'm gonna probably age myself, but I don't care. I remember when I was a kid and being on my three-wheeler, and or not three-wheeler, but what were those?
Those Hot Wheels.
Hot Wheels.
Yeah.
Yes, the Hot Wheels. Man, out there on the streets on the Hot Wheels or my bike.
Yep.
And then when the street lights came on, that's when you went home.
Yeah.
And we were out. Like my mom was like, get outside. So
I was too much of I was a nerd child. I was in like reading and like playing with Star Wars figures. I didn't go out much. I think I've been out in the woods more now as an adult than I was as a child.
Really?
I was always afraid to get in trouble. Like,
okay.
Like, we can't go here. This is trespassing. We can't do this. This is.
Oh, we
And
used to
now I'm
go
like,
in
hop the fence. Let's go.
Yeah.
cemeteries back in the day when I was a kid. We
Mm-mm.
played hide and go seek behind like
Yeah.
stones.
No,
And it
I
was
was always too nervous to get in trouble. Like,
And it was creepy because when you're a kid, like living up north, especially like where I lived in Rhode Island, and being at a cemetery that's foggy and like
oh
really
yeah,
Ooh.
scary looking. That's one thing about being up north. There's a lot of scary, creepy places at night, and
Yeah.
it's like something out of a horror movie.
oh same. I'm right smack in the dab. I'm in Massachusetts, so I'm right
Yeah.
in witch territory.
Oh, see, I would love to go there.
Yeah,
That's one of my destinations I want to go. I have a huge long list
Where are you?
of places.
now?
What's that?
Where are you out of now?
I'm in Fallbrook, California, but I lived in
Ah.
Washington State for over 30 years. So, talking cemeteries, when I was a teenager, because I went through back then, it was called punk rock,
Mhm.
not grunge. But I officially did have a punk rock hairstyle. I wore a trench coat,
Mhm.
rode my skateboard everywhere I went, and I was a troublemaker. I was very rebellious. But my friends and I, we would go to the local cemetery up there in Mount Vernon, Washington, and we would all sit around, smoke weed, and talk all ghost stories and get all freaked out and this and that. So yeah,
Wow.
back in the day. Yeah. So, and then I would roam the streets until wee hours of the morning, because my mom was working and it was just me and her and my brother. So I just did whatever I wanted, but I was a pain in the butt when I was a teenager. I was a lot. So,
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, Foot Clan.
Hello.
I like that name, the Foot Clan. That's pretty cool. You know what that sounds like? You remember Ninja Turtles back in the day? Speaking about back in the
Yes.
day, the Foot Clan.
yeah.
remember that?
Yeah.
I wasn't a Turtles fan. I'm sorry.
Oh.
No, I think his Foot Clan is for Bigfoot related.
I know, but it just made me
Yeah.
think of the.
Why
Foot
is Foot Clan a teenage ninja?
Yeah.
Turtles?
All right.
Wasn't it when they were the evil ones, right?
Yeah, they were the ninjas that would try to fight the turtles.
Why,
Sydney is
thanks,
an
Foot Clan.
She's an OG. Jessica's not.
I'm not. I didn't watch Turtles.
What about Ghostbusters? Did you watch Ghostbusters?
Oh,
Yes.
heck
Cartoon. A cartoon.
No,
Yeah.
I
Oh,
didn't like.
yes.
I'm not a cartoon person.
No.
Really?
No. Yeah, it's very
Oh my
specific.
gosh.
Like, I can't even think of one off the top of my head. Sorry.
Bugs Bunny was mine.
Oh,
Bugs Bunny was my ultimate all-time favorite. Loved that I would get up early every Saturday morning because back then that's when Atari
Yeah.
was out,
yeah.
Yeah, I'm really aging myself. But I don't care. I still
No,
got it.
I had one too. Don't worry. We're aging
Oh,
each other.
really?
Yeah,
Oh, man.
Okay. Well, then we're aging very nicely.
we are.
It's fu-
We're graceful.
I
Yeah.
feel it's funny. I'm 40, but I feel like I'm 80 because of my job.
Yeah.
I'm
Oh.
always like on my knees, my back, and all that stuff. So like, I don't feel my age. I feel older than I actually
Oh,
am.
God. Wait till you hit my age, how you'll feel then.
Oh, man.
Okay, wait. We got to compare here. So, Jessica, what age bracket are you in?
I'm in the Atari age.
So, what, 50s? 40s?
I'm going to be 50 soon.
Okay, I'm 53. So, we're
Yeah.
very, very close. We've
Yes.
got some more things in common then.
Yes, we do. Besides
Heck
the
yeah.
Italian sodas and Atari,
Yeah.
yes.
Oh,
That's
So
so
come
awesome.
to us when you hit 50 animal and complain about.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I'm getting there. Pretty close. But Sydney, why don't you describe us your journey and how you got there in the paranormal?
Okay, so mine actually starts when I was a kid. It was when my great grandfather passed away. I was, I want to say I was 6. I always try to remember what age I was. I know I was young, still in elementary school. We lived on Casa Avenida in Poway, California. And when we would all get together, my grandparents, my great grandmother, she would play the organ, and then my great grandfather, he would play the ukulele. And so that's a memory of him that I will never forget. He was absolutely just amazing man and so good to us kids. And same with my great grandma too. but he would play the ukulele. So one night I had the den for a bedroom, which had double doors, and I was closest to the living room. And I heard the ukulele because my grandpa had passed. So that was my first time experiencing a death. So about a month later, that's when I heard the ukulele, and I'm like, Grandpa's here. I'm like, oh my God. So I get up, not caring that it's dark at all. I just know Grandpa, and I was like, oh my gosh, I want to get out to the living room. Get out to the living room. I can see him as clear as freaking day, clear as day, sitting on this brick like little area where we had the fireplace. And he would always sit there playing the ukulele. And there he was, completely like he hadn't passed. And it just didn't register to me. You know, I was just so excited to see him and excited to hear his music. So I was on the couch watching. And the next morning, my mom woke up to get me ready for school. And I wasn't in my room. And so she's like looking for me. Sins, where are you? You know, and there I am on the living room couch. And she's like, what are you doing out here? And I said, Grandpa was here. And she's like, no. And I'm like, yes. I was so adamant that I saw Grandpa. And so it just, you know, that's when it all started. And then as time went on, I had more experiences where people would come to me. I had, it wasn't my grandmother. It was my oldest son's cousin's husband's mother. I know it's a lot, but she had MS, and my son's father's cousin, one of their first child, passed away, and they said it was SIDS, but they're not quite. There was some stories going on, but anyway, long story short, that grandmother of the husband and the baby appeared. And the grandmother kept telling me, please assure Auntie Ellen, which is my oldest son's father's aunt, please let her know that the baby is okay and I'm taking care of her. And it took me a long time before I could even tell Auntie Ellen, but I finally was able to have the nerve to tell her because she was so distraught over it.
Yeah.
Like she was just devastated for months. She couldn't even work. It was that bad. And so I finally had the chance to tell her, and she just cried. And I just told her, I said, she's okay. And you need to let her go. She's being watched. And the other time was my kids and I, we lived in a house in Linwood, Washington. And my son was very young. My youngest one, he was 3, and my oldest was 6. Yeah, 6 or 7. Anyway, we had a house. We didn't find out till later that people had died in that house. Like, this is much later. But I started seeing shadow figures. My youngest son was in my room, and he woke up, and I'm in the living room. He woke up just screaming bloody murder. I've never heard my kids scream like that before and freaking out. I got off the couch so fast and went into the room, and he's pointing at the mirror, woman with no face, woman with no face. Wow. And he's just uncontrollably crying and just freaking out. And I'm holding on to him, and he's like, woman with no face. I'm telling you, as a mom, that's just like, you just want to hold and protect him.
Yeah, because it's hard to explain when a child's so young what's going on at that point.
Yep. And he remembers it to this day. He's like, Mom, do you remember? And I'm like, yeah, I sure do. I'll never forget that night. So, but I saw a lot of things in that house, especially shadow figures. And especially it was a tall gentleman that I would always see in the corner of the house. And then that mirror, I didn't get rid of it. I ended up taking it with me to a townhome that I moved into. And it was in the hallway up the stairs. And one night I'm in my bed. I lived alone, and I had my face facing the double doors that I had for the master bedroom. And no joke, you guys, you know, when someone crawls over you on the bed and it pushes down the blankets?
Yeah.
That happened to me, but no one was there.
That was somebody
No.
had mentioned that in the comments that happened to him back in the day, and he said it was his grandfather who had passed. Like that feeling of like the weight on
Yep.
the bed. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, stuff like that.
Yeah.
I would. That just
No, it was
the
oh my
bedroom
God.
should be like a sacred no ghost space for me. Like,
Especially when you're on the toilet.
right?
yeah, or bedroom, bathroom. The kitchen's fine.
Yeah.
The parlor's fine.
But nowhere else.
I got a story for you.
Okay.
After my uncle passed away, he just passed away about I would say, I think it's been about a couple of months now. The day after he passed away, I'll never forget. I went out in the driveway and it was dark, and he was standing right there.
Yeah.
This was like the day after he passed away, and I was like, "Oh, this is weird." So I go inside the house, and I'm like, tell my wife, I just saw my uncle. She's like, what do you mean? I thought he just passed away. I saw him outside. And then right after that, I went on Facebook and I got a notification where they recommend to add a friend. It was
Yeah.
my uncle's Facebook.
Oh,
It said, add me as a friend. I was like,
Okay.
that's a frick creepy. And then after that happened, the next day, we started smelling old cigarette smoke because he used to smoke a lot.
Yeah.
So we started smelling that. We smell it to this day. I think he's still lingering around.
Yeah.
Sometimes I don't see him anymore, but I think he's still lingering around somehow. Like I'm afraid one day I'm gonna be on the toilet and he's just gonna show up and pop up and like scare the
ripping a butt, watching you go. Yeah,
watching like, oh, I'm chilling.
You'd be like, what's you doing in there?
yeah. You've been in here for too long, kid. Like,
Sorry, it's that Taco Bell. I can't help it.
So
I mean,
You
it's
know,
always
talk
that.
about-
Like, is it comforting when somebody shows up? Like if your family members and friends of family pass and they show up to you or they send you, like, it just has to kind of be like comforting sometimes, I guess, in a sense.
yeah. No, for family members, yeah, the experiences that I've had have been comforting.
Yeah.
However, though, the unfortunately the mirror
Yeah.
with the woman with no face. Again, like I said, I didn't get rid of it initially. But that night when I felt that pressure of the bed and the comforter being pushed
Mhm.
down, I'm laying there and my eyes just got really big. And I was tucked in,
Wow.
and I was like, okay, calm down. And I like reached my hand through the covers and just kind of went like this and then touched on. I'm like, okay, there's no one there. What the heck happened?
Yeah.
Like, it was weird. It's like, okay, am I going crazy or did something really just
It's weird. My
Just
grandmother used to always
but I
tell
would
me,
always see in that, yeah. You're what?
she'd say, if my grandmother used to say, if you see me after I pass, it's not me. I'm not coming back.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's like a spirit trying to trick you. It won't be
okay.
me. And I was like, but how do you know that? Like,
Right.
what if you want to come back and I don't believe it's you when you come back?
Right.
She's like, no, I don't plan on it. And I'm like, okay, grandma, thanks.
So funny. I always tell people I'm going to come back and haunt them. I always tell
Yeah.
my kids, I'm going
Oh.
to come back and haunt y'all.
Well, there was so
y'all
much
drove me
stuff that
crazy.
hadn't happened in her house. I would assume it was her. We all assumed it was her. And then we were like, well, she said she wasn't going to come back. So maybe this isn't her. Maybe this is somebody playing as trying to get us comfortable and being our grandmother coming back,
Oh, yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
Well, I got a couple of Cyndi, I got a couple of theories for you that I want to talk
Okay.
to you. Right now we got to go to a commercial break here, but there's a couple of theories because I was a guest on a show last night and they asked a couple of questions that kind of makes you think, but I just want to wrap around your head and see what your thoughts about this. But
Okay.
sorry, choking, but I think yeah, sorry. But anyways, yeah, we're gonna go to a quick commercial break and we'll be right back and we're gonna have some more fun. Check this out.
Deep in the forest, what
Awesome.
do I see? Well, it's a shadow behind that tree. Yeah, it's Sasquatch. No, it's not a bear.
Hey everybody, we're back on Animal Expedition Files. Thank you so much for joining us, Sydney. Yeah, that was Squatch Juice right there in our commercial break. Definitely check them out. They're an amazing company. It's an energy drink that's not an actual drink, but it's powdered and you put it in your water. It's really good stuff. Keeps you awake, and it's also has a health benefit. So check that out. Very good people. We actually had them on our show. Me and Jessica interviewed them not too long ago, and we're gonna have him and the co-owner actually back eventually. They want to come back and talk about new products that are coming out pretty soon. So pretty excited about that. But Sydney, I want to talk to you a little bit about a lot of things about the paranormal, because I know a lot of people right now have theories about the paranormal. You know, is it an actual ghost, or is it another realm that, you know, kind of like, you ever watch like Marvel movies where there's
Yes.
a world inside of a world,
Yep.
and we kind of like live in both worlds in one world,
Mhm.
and it's like they call it the veil.
Yes.
And sometimes like to them we're ghosts and to us we're ghosts. You know what I'm talking about? What's
Yep.
a little bit of your aspect on that?
I do believe that. Absolutely. I think some can absolutely come through the realm. I think that we do have different realms. We have portals. They can come in and go, depending on their situation, or, if another spirit is pulling another spirit in, or, something evil's pulling something in. It all depends. Or an evil, one is and sees a portal open and comes through. I do think that we do definitely have that. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
It's pretty interesting that you say that, because I know we talk about, we see these spirits around and stuff, and you were talking about with the no face, and I don't know, it's very interesting out there because we live in a very interesting curiosity world, you know, where so many things happen. There's Bigfoot, you got
Yep.
chupacabras out there, you got Wolfman, you got skinwalkers, you know.
Yeah.
There's so
Oh
much
yeah.
stuff. UFOs, especially, that's going on right now.
Oh, big
The whole,
time.
the whole big time UFO things. We
Yeah.
just had a guest not too long ago that was talking about
Yeah.
how we got abducted. So
Oh
it's
my God.
crazy things like this in this world. Like, are we living in a world that's, you know, imaginable, or is it something that's in another realm? You know what I mean? Kind
Yeah.
of like between the Matrix and
Mhm.
like the Veil.
Yeah. Oh no, I'm a big believer in that. And it's interesting because I was actually on Channel 12 network with the North Carolina investigators. They go out and do investigations out in the woods and try to find Bigfoot. And we talked about that on their show. And Rockin' Randy is the host of that show and stuff. So, but it was interesting because I was supposed to be the guest. They were supposed to ask me questions, but I ended up asking them more things because I was interested about Bigfoot.
Yeah.
Because I used to be on the fence. Now, no, I'm not on the fence. Oh, I love that. That's so cute. Heck yeah. But I ended up asking them a lot of questions. And I feel, the movie Predator
Yep.
and how they can camouflage. I think
Funny
Bigfoot
that you
can.
say that. It's funny. We've been talking about that for a while.
Seriously, I think they definitely can. Absolutely. There's
Yeah.
just been too much capturing of evidence. Like, I like watching my documentaries. I like watching Expedition Bigfoot, talking to the guys on that show. Like, it was blowing me away. They actually, Harley, he's going to be on my show soon, but he actually had an 18-inch casting of a Bigfoot,
Wow.
a foot. It was massive. I was like, oh my gosh. I was like, I don't want to run into that thing. So, but yeah, I mean, you guys, there's so much about our world. We just don't know. We really don't. We're capturing a little bit here and there. Is it something that we really should be, like, so many people are trying to find a Bigfoot or capture a Bigfoot? Do we think, why? I mean, they're minding their own business. I know that could come down to cabins and, make noise and whatever else, but they're just trying to live too. Aliens, I had Leslie Shaw and Stephen Shaw on my podcast. They did their book, Who They Are and What They're Up to. And again, I used to be on the fence about aliens and UFOs. I was like, yeah, I don't know, And after I read their book, because I did purchase it before they came on, because I wanted to read their book. And oh yeah, I'm a believer now, because their book is absolutely
Wow.
freaking amazing. I highly recommend it, actually, you guys. Well educated on it. Steven's been, I think his family was abducted, his brother. But anyway, they're just an amazing couple. I adore them dearly. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. There's just so much out there, and especially in our ocean, you guys.
Yeah.
There's so much. It's so deep. Like, there's no way we can explore that. Who knows what in the heck is down there? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And really be finding it.
The ocean is a horrifying place.
You know? What's that?
The ocean's horrifying.
Oh yeah, I know. Yeah, no, I wouldn't want to go in the ocean.
No.
I'm okay.
Diver, so I go in all the time. So I'm used to that stuff.
No.
There's too many sharks. I'm good.
Yeah.
I've dove with a bunch of them. Yep.
Yeah, no. And they say, there's a possible Magnodon, or was it Megalodon? That's, and it's just like, no, I'm good. I'm gonna stay on Earth, or on the
on the land.
Yeah.
It's interesting because
sand
there's actually that fish.
on Earth. I hope I'm on.
You know that fish that just like came up that was like,
oh, the angelfish. No, anglerfish. I'm sorry, the anglerfish.
Anglerfish.
Yeah, it's like thousands of feet down or something.
Yeah,
like
I'm obsessed with them. I love them.
Yeah,
They're interesting looking. They're from Finding Nemo.
Yeah,
remember, he was in the anglerfish was in that. Oh, you didn't watch Finding Nemo? Are you crazy?
No, I wouldn't be able to
I love that movie.
I wouldn't be able to recognize a fish from it. That's all.
Oh, I see.
I guess because I didn't really I think I've caught it in bits and pieces.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh, that's funny.
Yeah, I'm not a cartoon person. We mentioned that at the beginning of the show.
It's funny we talk about movies. I've been stuck on my 3-year-old's obsessed with Wicked. So we've been I've been watching Wicked like 100 times a day, and every single song in that movie is stored in my brain. So sometimes I'll be at work and I'll sing it by accident. I'm like, damn it. I'm being tortured in my brain.
Yeah, no, I'm good. Remember when Frozen came out?
Oh my gosh, my daughter loves Frozen.
Oh my gosh, that was so annoying. Everybody was singing it.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, it was too much. It was a burnout. Just too much.
Yeah. I'm not looking forward to the next. Well, the next one comes out pretty soon, they said. So I'm like, here we go.
The next what? Wicked?
No, Frozen.
Oh, okay.
It's gonna be the third one or something like that.
I think one was enough.
Yeah. I don't have kids, so I don't have to watch the cartoons.
It never let go. It just
well, can I grandma now, so
so you have to watch everything all over again.
You gotta watch everything all over
some
again.
of it I don't mind, like Cars, Toy Story, the Pixar's. I like those. Those are good ones. Inside Out 2 is really cute. I was actually going to do an episode on Inside Out. Because it talks about all the different emotions.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was going to call it Inside Out menopause style.
That emotion is all of them all at once. That's what emotion that one is.
Oh my gosh.
Hey.
Yep.
No, my girlfriend and I are still going to get it. We're still going to do it.
That's awesome.
Oh gosh. Yeah.
Animals okay.
That'll happen in your house soon enough. Don't worry. You have a lot to look forward to.
I got three. I got 2 teenagers and the little one. So it's all females in my house. I'm the only.
Got your hands full.
Yep. I'm the only. But yeah, that's funny. I don't know. But anyways, I know we have like we get about 15 minutes left,
Yep.
but let's talk a little bit about your podcast, Coven of Curiosities. How did that all started and your adventure?
So it was last year. It actually was originally called Anything and Everything. Um, I decided that I needed to do something for myself because I kind of stopped painting, drawing, and because I used to write poems, I need to find something new and different. I actually, to go back a little bit, I used to be a captain of an 8-ball and a 9-ball team for pool. And I was very active in that for a long time. We would travel to Las Vegas and do tournaments and big, huge events. My team was doing both my teams were doing very well. My 8-ball team was in first place. My 9-ball team was in second, and then COVID hit. And then it went to poop because, couldn't have any type of tournament or anything. So I ended up inviting people over to my house because the pool table would be in my living room. So needless to say, COVID hit. They had to find something out that I can do for myself to keep myself busy. And I was like, what about a podcast? I like to talk. I like to hear people's stories because I can sit and chit chat with anybody for who knows how long and talk about all kinds of different topics. Yeah. And so I was a little hesitant and scared because that was a whole new area that I'm not familiar with. So on Instagram, I met up with some people. David Down the Rabbit Hole is one of them. And I got introduced to other people that were podcasters. And I just kind of was listening to their shows or watching their posts. I'm like, maybe I can do this. So I decided to start Anything and Everything. But as time went on, it was hard for people to find me because there's actually a lot of podcasts called Anything and Everything. So I was just like, okay. And I was having a hard time getting started and finding the right editing system or software to use and, all that kind of stuff. So again, that's where I mentioned Farah, she's got social disruption now. That's her show now. But when she saw what I was trying to do, I became very close to her. And she gave me some pointers and she mentored me and she really gave me some good advice and she encouraged me and supported me and uplifted me because I really was hesitant and I thought I was going to fail. And I don't like failing. I'm very hard on myself, like a lot of people are.
Yeah.
Needless to say, she's like, you need to change your name. You need to start all over. And I was like, all right. So I worked with her, came up with Coven of Curiosities. And she's like, you need to do this, this, and this, and this. And I was like, okay. And I did that, and that. And next thing you know, Leslie Shaw and Stephen Shaw were my first revamping my whole podcast, starting all over fresh. They were my first guests on. And I was so nervous.
Yeah.
Because they had been on so many podcasts. But I was like, I can do this. I do it, and I was very prepared. So now I just decided to just hit the ground running. And that's what I've been doing. And I came up with ways of connecting with people besides Instagram. Yeah. I have my ways of connecting with different groups and this and that. And getting connect with people that like the same stuff as I, and sometimes not stuff that I care for, but it's still interesting because I like to educate myself. Should educate if we're not understanding something or not sure about something. So needless to say, I started it. It's going very well now. I'm actually very proud of myself. It's a lot of work, as you guys know.
Yeah.
But I'm the host. I don't have a co-host. I was supposed to have I had two co-hosts. The first one decided, no, it's not for her. The second one, it just didn't work out. And so I was like, you know what? I'm just going to do this by myself. It'd probably just be better. And so I do, putting my scripts together, editing everything. I still could improve a little bit, but that takes time and practice. You know, you got to make mistakes to learn. And then I decided I wanted to go a little bit further. And, you know, I loved writing. You know, I loved writing poems when I was younger. And I was like, I want to get back into that because it is, like I said earlier, it's very therapeutic for me.
Yeah.
So that's when I was like, you know what? I'm going to do short stories. Yeah. And then I was like, oh, wait a minute. Maybe I can have my short story read by someone else, record with them, and let them know this is how I want it to be read.
Mm-hmm.
And then, you know, Jen Blackwell, she did my Coven of Curiosity story about me and my Coven of Curiosities. And I was like, oh my God, this is so cool. I love this. And even though it's a short little thing, it's still something that if they don't want to read the story, they can do a quick listen. You know what I mean? Or if they don't want to listen and they like to read, they can read it.
Where are you so that everybody can find it?
And then next, it's Coven. So on Instagram, it's at Coven _of _curiosities _podcast. Okay. That's the only way I could get it to work.
Yeah.
So, but I'm on Facebook as well, Coven of Curiosities. It's actually should be very easy to find me. Well, hi, Dennis. So, but yeah, you know, I'm just trying to think of new things. And then behind the curtains, been doing some designing of her clothing line. So that's something I'm working on.
Oh, nice.
Been working on. I'm hoping that I can start having some prints done on some shirts or hoodies and stuff like that. My own personal clothing line. And then of course I want to start having, you know, my logo on some merch, you know, coffee cups and all that kind of stuff. So it's stuff that I'm working on. So to, you know, do something different and think outside the box, just like my short stories. I'm trying to think outside the box and not try to be, not be like the regular, you know, ghost story you would hear. Mm-hmm. I'm trying to make it different, you know what I mean? And make people go, oh my gosh. So, but awesome. Yeah. So that's me in a nutshell, I guess you can say.
That's awesome, Cyndi.
Yeah.
I know we have a few minutes left, but I do have this last question for you. Okay. Have you ever had any like really crazy experiences in the paranormal that really, really got you?
Actually, yes. Here recently in my home, right behind me, I have a gentleman, Albert is what comes across when I'm doing EVP sessions. Interesting. So let me just go back a little. So when we were looking for a home to move to, as we pulled into the neighborhood, I immediately was like, I don't like this neighborhood. I don't like it. I don't want to move in here. Nope. We saw the house still. And I was like, no, something's here. Something is here. I'm not liking it. I didn't get a good feeling. I didn't get a good feeling in the room that I'm in because this is the master bedroom. And then I was like, you know what? I'm going to do some EVP sessions, you know, and do SLS and my own little private investigation here at home. Yeah. And first we started out in the backyard. We got a lot of activity back there. It was insane. And then we moved it into the bedroom, and there was one night, and we were doing an EVP session. Marcus had his phone on the EVP app. I think we use Nectar. What is it called? Sorry, Nectar meter or something, Nectrometer or something like that. Anyway, so as I'm rolling the camera to see if I can capture anything, there was EVP words coming through, and it eventually said, Albert, bite, scratch, keep your camera rolling. Wow. And I was like, And I said, "Are you next?" Okay. So I stopped because he said bite and scratch. I'm like, "Oh no, 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 we're not going there, buddy." So,
No.
but yeah, I just basically put my foot down and was like, "You're not gonna attach to me. You're not gonna hurt me. It's time to go. You need to leave."
Yeah.
And so that's the first one that actually really did give me really bad goosebumps. It wasn't good goosebumps. It was like, oh my gosh. So yeah, he's active here. My office chair has literally has moved. He kind of messed. So yeah, every so often he decides to come. So yeah, but that's what's been going on here at home.
Was that the same thing I saw on your Facebook post, I think, for your ring cam? Was that the same entity, you think?
No.
Or do you think that was something else?
I don't know, actually. I didn't think about that. It was interesting because, we decided to get the ring cam and to, well, obviously it's to also, protect ourselves to see who's coming up and capture anything. But that was the first time ever that we caught something like that. And you don't know how, are you sure this is like real? Because I was questioning it myself. I always do. And then I was like, no, this is, and every time I kept seeing it, you could see the headlight go through. It was like clear, or, like I want to say frosty, but not frosty, but
like translucent type
translucent.
Yeah. I watched it earlier on your Facebook and I was like, oh, she definitely caught something on this.
Yeah. Yeah. It's interesting.
That's awesome.
Yeah. It's pretty cool. We were all excited that we actually, caught an apparition walking down the sidewalk. And that's what I tell people all the time, on my podcast, or I'm on others. You just never know. You can be walking in the mall and you don't know if you're and sense those type of things. But a lot of people are walking around on our earth that are in spirit form or whatever kind of form, and they're passing you by, and some people just don't know it. You know what I mean? So it's interesting.
I don't know. I mean, those ghosts are pretty cool.
Oh my gosh, I love that. That's awesome.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, we have a little fun there, but man, that's awesome, man. Thank you so much for coming on, Cyndi. This has been an awesome show, and thank you for your experiences. And I just want to say something here before we go. Just keep on doing amazing work, what you're doing. Big stuff is going to happen for you. I just really feel that, inside, because, that we need more people like that, just to spread the word and to, spread that light out there, because there's so many people out there that are just either depressed or going through hard times, especially in today's world. You never know what someone's going through, but it's always cool to look at a podcast show that could come together, and reach out to the community. But thank you so much, Cyndi, for sharing that.
Thank you. Thank you so much. It's been amazing to meet you guys, and I'm so glad that I had the pleasure to come on.
Definitely. Before we hit end live here, tell people again before we leave where they can find you.
So you can find me on Instagram, Facebook, even TikTok, Threads, and all that. So on Instagram, though, it's at Coven_of_curiosities_podcast. Facebook is just Coven of Curiosities. It should be very easy. Or you can find me on Cyndi Sapp, and then I put on my Cyndi Sapp page, and it shows I have a link on there to go to my Coven of Curiosity page. But I'm on Threads, TikTok, and I'm working slowly but surely on oh my God. Oh, and a quick shout out to my mom. I told her I would give her a shout out. She's watching. Dee is my mom. Mom, love you. She's a big, huge Bigfoot fan. She loves her Bigfoot.
Oh, nice.
Hey, Mike, what's up, brother?
So anyway, I'm going to have her on my show anyway. So
that's
those
awesome.
are the locations that you can find me now.
That's awesome. Well, again, thank you so much. Thank you everybody for watching on a Wednesday night, taking the time out and watching us, because we wouldn't be able to do this without you guys. So thank you so much. Please follow us on YouTube and Dark Realm TV. Sorry, I'm choking there. On Roku and Amazon Fire Stick for $4.99. Oh man, I'm losing it. But yeah, thank you all for everybody watching. Thank you, Cyndi, again. We'll definitely
Thank you.
stay in contact.
Sounds good.
But yeah, check us out. And also this Saturday we will be back 8 p.m. Eastern time with Jason and Megan. That it will be our guest for this coming Saturday. So don't miss out. 8 o'clock Eastern time. We will see you again shortly. So everybody have a great night and peace out. And we will see you in the back room once we
Okay.
hit this video right here, right now. Peace.
Bye, y'all.
Lights on.